Good morning, teacher and classmates. Today I'm going to introduce about current trends in communicative language teaching. Introduction. Since the 1990s, the communicative approach has been widely implemented. The reason of the approach is based on the notion of the communicative competence as the goal of second and foreign language teaching. The communicative syllabus and methodology are the ways of achieving this goal. There is not an agreement on how theory and practice of communicative language teaching should be put into practice. To conclude the introduction, we should consider other assumptions of current practices in communicative language teaching. Application of CLT. Nowadays, CLT depends on, in the first place, the teaching context, in the second place, the age of the learners, a further point, their level, and the last one, their learning goals. Also, we have research theory of building, connecting school with the world beyond, helping students to understand, part orientation, importance of meaning, and finally, learning as a lifelong process. Characteristics of activities. Grammatical development to the ability to communicate, communication and interaction, inductive and deductive learning of grammar, context of the students, and materials. Then we have 10 core assumptions of current CLT. The first one, it's easier to learn a second language if we have a meaningful interaction. The second one, to have an effective class, we need tasks and exercises that expand their language resources. Notice how language is used to take part in meaningful interpersonal exchange. The third one, to get meaningful communication, we have to teach content relevant, purposeful, interesting, and engaging. Communication is a process which calls to use several language skills of modalities. The next one. Language learning is facilitated both by activities that involve inductive or discovery learning. The next one. Language learning is a gradual process based in a creative use of language and real communication. The next. Learners develop their own routes with different rates. Successful language learning involves the use of effective learning and communication strategies. The role of the teacher in the language classroom is that of facilitator. And finally, the classroom is a community where learners learn through collaboration and sharing. Now we have the key components in CLT. Focusing on learner-centered and teacher-centered. Focusing on process-oriented than products-oriented. Focusing on social learning than individuals. Focusing on the study of individual difference. Focusing on integral that outside the classroom in research and theory building. Emphasizing on holistic learning by connecting the schools with the world. Also, we have helping students understand the purpose of learning and develop it, focusing on a whole to a part than a part to whole approach, emphasizing on the meaning and drills, and focusing on lifelong learning process. Finally, we have exchange in CLT paradigm. Learner autonomy, the social nature of learning, curricular integration, focus on meaning, diversity, thinking skills, alternative assessment, teachers are as co-learners. Remember that education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Nelson Mandela.